It's time. There's been a lot of talk about it. Welcome back, or welcome to, I guess. I don't even know what we can even say anymore. But this is it. After for a review, I am done with school finally. So me and Marcus are taking AFR on the road, as they say.
Or back in our own
So,
cribs.
Marcus, introduce to yourselves to the people.
Hi guys. We're not really on the road. We're kind of just
Well, we're in new settings. You're just in the same setting you always are, but I'm in a new setting.
yeah, that's
I am
true.
back home. I am done. I am done as a student of academics.
We're no longer in our studio, and now we're in our newer studios, our separate ones.
But yeah, After Further Review is brought to you by nobody because we don't have sponsorships. So we would love those if anyone wants to reach out. Start paying the bills on this for sure. I don't know where we're going to see this. I don't know where it's going to go. We might make a new YouTube channel. So if you see us on that, then we made one. And if you don't, I'm sure Marcus will probably just post it somewhere.
Oh, we're sure to post this. Are you kidding me?
No,
I've
no.
been waiting for this.
I just don't know where this is being posted, so I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm saying? But,
you can find us here.
But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're watching it, all right. You know the drill, everybody. From by now, it's Bruins talk. Well, it's really anything that we do after further review. Honestly, that's kind of the point of our show. It's just anything that we want to talk about, mainly Bruins, but we'll mix in some other stuff if there's other stuff going on in amongst New England and in our personal lives. We'll spill the tea on here too if we need to. But yeah, anything else, Marcus, before we start?
No, not really. All I know is that I know you've been keeping up with the conference finals as much as I have, but there was a controversial, what was it, the overtime goal? I turned it off, but you were texting me au revoir.
Oh, au revoir. No.
Yeah, what was that?
The French
so
people of
Montreal lost.
They did.
And what was it? Svechnikov scored. Take me back.
Well, it was like I would have to go back and watch really what happened. It was goalie interference is what the challenge was. I didn't want that to be called back. So what happened was I forget who was in front. Somebody was maybe Aho. It was Aho, and Svechnikov got it. Goes bar south on him, and Canadian or the Hurricanes are celebrating, and then they show the replay that Aho is battling with a Canadian defenseman. I don't remember who it was. I'm sorry. I'd have to go
Hudson,
back.
I think.
Could have been Hudson. Jimmy, pull that up.
We need the third guy. We need the
pull-up guy. And yeah, so the debate was if Aho initiated contact with Dobich himself or if Hudson pushed him in. I thought he definitely initiated himself. I don't think Hudson really pushes him in. However, I didn't think he hit him enough nearly to interfere with the save. I thought it was like hockey play, and these things happen sometimes, and everyone's moving a million miles per hour. And I also thought he was at the top of the crease too. He had his own designated ice. Dobich decided to come out all the way out there for some reason. So I thought not just kind of like Canadians, hater, which that's a biased side. I swear to God, if the Canadians scored the same goal, I'd be saying the exact same thing. I don't think that's goalie interference in overtime of the Eastern Final. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of stuff. Not really, but a little bit.
You have a pretty good shooting percentage. No, I can't watch the conference finals I have a difficult time watching the playoffs after the Bruins get eliminated.
I watch it pretty casually, right? It's a good restaurant. Like I always said, playoffs are good. The game's on up there, and I'll be watching it. And last night I turned it on because it was overtime, and I was doing some other stuff at night, so I missed period 1 and 2. But I turned on the third. I mean, Hurricanes, shouldn't be down. It shouldn't be 2-1. This series should be 3-0 Hurricanes. They're clearly the best team in the NHL, I think, watching both series. It seems like they're gonna play Vegas maybe. If Hurricanes keep going. They look like a wagon. I don't know how they lost game 1. I don't know how these games are going to overtime, frankly, but they just are.
Yeah, we were texting in the group chat. I remember Liam was saying like, and this is why like I can't stand. I get like FOMO whenever the Bruins are not in the playoffs and we have to
Oh yeah, you definitely
accelerate.
missed it, but like it is nice watching a hockey game, which is without like a heart attack. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but I miss the jump in the heart rate because like look at how exhilarating all these games are, going to OT. Like Liam was saying, like, shout him out. He was like, every game's feels like it's going to overtime. And I'm like, and every team I look at, I'm like, God, the Bruins could use a guy like this. And like if I see somebody like playing, like excelling, and I'm just like, God, this could be us. This could be, I do it all the time when I watch and
this
the
could
Bruins
be
aren't in it. I don't know. So like I get FOMO with it, man.
yeah. I
But
mean
yeah.
us and probably the 26 other hockey franchises that aren't playing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like
But I'm saying yes, obviously, but I'm saying like I just hit it different. Like I want to see it because now we have to talk about the draft. Like we gotta like
yeah, when you put it
accelerate.
like that, I guess that is kind of yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
accelerate the conversation of the off season while everyone is having their fun in the postseason.
So yeah, let's know your thoughts on the playoffs. Let us know who you think's going to win. I want Carolina to win. How about you, Marcus? You have a favorite?
I want the Canes just
I
so
do.
they can beat
Yeah, they're due.
Montreal.
They're due. Like you're right. You got to like they're due. Come on.
We've talked about
They've
Carolina
made the
like
East Final like every year since we played them in 2019 or whatever, except like one.
basically. They are due. So I hope Rod the Bod gets to lift one as a coach. So that's me.
And they're
But
a fun team. I mean, they're fine. They're not the jerks anymore that everyone hated. Like they play with I don't know. They know that they're better than everybody and they play like it. So like to me, that's that I like a team like that. I can root for that sometimes.
true.
If you're an
So
Avs fan, how do you feel today?
if you're an Avs fan, you are hoping for a miraculous comeback. But I think like there's two. I think for them, their backs are against the wall with how many injuries they've got. Like it's insane how much
Your car is just
they
gone, huh?
well they're getting it's funny because the Avs are just the scale is like the Avs are just getting injured, and Vegas is just like William Carlson's back, Mark
Yeah. What
Stone's
what
back.
did happen in the car though?
I I don't know. Like I said, I've had the FOMO, so I
Did
haven't
he
been
get
able to
hurt in
keep
like
up.
practice? Like I don't like I haven't really been looking up like my bad. I should probably as a podcast, we should probably know this stuff, but like I haven't been researching what's going on in the Western Conference.
Anyway, do you want to get into our stuff?
Yeah, we should I was just thinking like before we get into the draft talk, we should probably just talk about how we felt about the ping pong balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of where we can lead into the draft conversation. That was the most disappointing
I
result.
mean, no, it was. Or it was, yeah, it was disappointing, but like unexpected. No.
Well, you think about I thought about the possibility of the Leafs moving up, and I was like, yeah, that could happen. But given the percentages, I think the Bruins were at 58.2
Yeah, you are
to
a
be
percentage guy, Marcus. Percentages tell no lies, as you say.
right. The lottery, get off me with that. The lottery was the way the lottery was supposed to fall. It was the Leafs had like a 40 something percent chance to get a top five pick. That would have been theirs.
Yeah, it
The
was
Bruins
58% to move out.
and the Bruins had like a 58% chance that the pick would fall their way. So that really stung when it was not just Toronto's pick, it was the first pick. And it's like, then all the thoughts are swirling in your head of, oh my God, what if this, what if that? It completely changes the trajectory of the Bruins offseason like
Oh yeah,
outlook.
it can. Yeah, Matt, like right, like at the entire season, right? It was like the Bruins were playing well, and it's like, oh my god, we're gonna make the playoffs, and we're gonna get this pick in June because there's no way the Leafs are this bad. Like you know what I'm saying? And then they
It was
became this bad for some. Did you see their record since February? They
just
went like
brutal.
4-20.
Well, that's the thing though. It's like we're looking at it from both sides. It was honestly like the perfect, I don't want to say Cinderella season, but it's kind of like a walk in the park where it's like, oh, we get to contend for the playoffs a year after we were absolutely like in the gutter.
Oh, they were so
and you get to watch a
weird.
rival team who dealt you a first round pick, if eventually or potentially give you that pick that
I was
could be
wondering.
theirs.
I've been wondering, like, does it change does it change the value of the trade for you at all now that they don't have that pick? Like, to me,
My,
it shouldn't, but like, it's like I tweeted this out, like, it's no longer like a home run from Sweeney like we all thought it was.
I think it's still a home run. The only thing
Because
that,
but like we all love Minton, right? So like we believe he's gonna be something. But like, what if Minton is like an average player?
well, I mean, we first thought of him as like a middle six center. Like we've always thought that that was sort of his like NHL projection, which I mean, he's playing into. He's playing pretty well with it. I would say in terms of the home run thing, I still think the trade is a win for the
Yo,
Bruins.
not
It's
even
not
close.
in like we're not going out of the Mass Pike. Like the baseball's not out in the Mass Pike. It's definitely in the Monster though. Right? Like it's definitely in the Monster.
Yeah, but
The
yeah,
first thing I thought of was Leafs fans better thank Brad Treliving that he even put a protection on that pick. They better thank him for that because he is the sole reason that they have that number one pick right now.
well, I think it's just funny, right? Like you ask both fan bases when that trade happens, right? Like both fan bases would have said like the opposite. Like the Leafs would have said, yeah, there's no way we're going to be this bad, right? And the Bruins were like, well, we're going to suck for a while, so we better hope, we better get that. We better hope the Leafs aren't like great and they're like middle of the pack, so we pick up like 17, not one.
Nope, not one.
That's
So,
I'm not a big conspiracy guy when it comes to these leagues. Like, oh, it's all rigged. That is a little like I'm going to need a little bit of an investigation from somebody, you know, some sort of security firm. Please make sure that everything that happened at the ping pong balls was a legit act of God.
I mean, it only makes you think. It only makes you think like what could have been. Yes, I pulled this up, but looking back at the trade now, like yes, Toronto gets Carlo, right? We retain a bit of it. You get that fourth pick. Imagine that first pick has no protection on it. That's the first thing that I thought of was it
You're
was
picking
when the
first.
Leafs won it. Imagine if there was
You're
no
picking
protection on it.
first right now. If there's no protection.
Somebody said to me at the beginning of the season that the Bruins would end up, they would have a draft pick that would end up with the number one overall pick, which technically was the correct prediction this past year. Somebody said to me, they go, I do you remember when we had when I did those predictions at the
The
beginning of
hot
the year
takes.
and was
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
the hot takes? You said the Bruins would get 100 points, second place. You were halfway on that, which
Well, that's half
technically,
right.
well, half right. I'd say 75 on that. But this person put out, they were like,
Hold on. I put in two terms of that. One hit. That's
what?
50%. That's half.
Well, seven, I'd say I'd give you a little more than that because, like,
You're saying because
you
the
can't.
Atlantic was so good?
Yes, that's why.
Yeah, but I
But
mean, I said that they were going to be, what doesn't matter. Keep going.
anyways, this person said the Bruins would have a draft pick that would end up number one overall, and they would like be able to select Gab McKenna. And I just remember thinking, man, there's no way the Bruins are going to be this bad that they're going to be selecting number one overall, and there's no way they could unless that Toronto pick was unprotected. That's the only thing I can think of. That's it.
Yeah,
That's the
well,
only thing I could think of. So now you're selecting 23rd. It completely changes everything.
nice.
Because think about what you could do if you had that, say, sixth or seventh. It's still a top 10 pick. Think about if you had, yeah, do the thing.
All right.
Think about if you had a top 10 pick in your arsenal right now. The value of that pick, like the intrigue of it to NHL teams, like the value's all there with that pick because the possibilities are endless with it. So as the days ramp up into the NHL draft, all I can think about is how valuable this would be for the Bruins if they wanted to, because you hear what Pastrnak says in like, and Zadorov and wanting to have a more competitive team. You could utilize that pick to get yourself a win now player in a trade or you could draft a defenseman, a young defenseman that could be ready within a year to come into the NHL and develop and make an impact and add to the core. And you
Man,
don't have
well,
that intrigue anymore.
if I'm no, I hear you definitely.
So
If I was picking like sixth though, like I would definitely. Should we move into like the next part of like the draft talk of
yeah,
like
that's
who we want
exactly where this is going.
like prioritize?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't change. There, what you say? They are 23 now.
23rd is their highest pick.
It doesn't change the fact. Like I still want them to take a defenseman because I think it's their biggest need, and I feel like they have really nothing in the pipeline at defense. I mean, remember how it used to always be? Well, they got nothing at center, right? And like remember like how like the pipeline used to be like, oh, the Bruins have nothing at center. Like how are they going to replace Bergeron? They did a good job at replenishing that because they just take. Remember we did that stat where they've taken like 8 centers in the last like 4 drafts.
Yeah. Well, I actually went back and did the thing. You and I have talked about this, but it's tied into something I've looked over. I want to say in 8 of the last 10 drafts, the position they've prioritized is center.
Yeah,
And
well, they just really haven't
yes,
they really have been taking
yes,
defensemen.
yeah, they haven't. If you think about prospects, if we're genuinely thinking about prospects in the pipeline that are defensemen, Lori's graduated that.
Yeah,
He
I don't.
is within
Laura
your
shouldn't
top
be considered
six.
a prospect anymore. Like,
He's not, obviously. Considering he has graduated, the only player you can consider like a intriguing prospect within your pool is Frederick Brunet, who's like a left defenseman that you got, I want to say 2022 fourth round. But that's it. Aside from him, there isn't really anyone. I mean, yeah, you got Liam Pettersson at 61st in the second round, but that's years down the road that
yeah.
you can consider as like a, you know, oh, show
So
me what you got kind of
I,
thing.
I definitely want like I definitely want them to keep. I definitely want them to take a defenseman, left right shot. Right, that's the big thing. He probably had ideally would be a left shot. I'm saying like if I took a guy at 6 or 7 though, like wouldn't you want him to be like better than McAvoy?
You ideally want them to, my opinion
You
is you
want a guy
want
to
them,
play with him, but like if I'm taking a guy at 6, I want him better than him.
ideally, you want a guy who has a, I mean, draft projections are so, like, we've
I
talked
get it.
about it.
It's like
Like,
not. It's really hard. Like McAvoy's, a gold medalist, and like
but
like when he's playing his best, he's one of the best defensemen in the league. Like I get that. I just
what
feel like
you
you
go
see
ahead.
it so much, like in these playoff series against the Bruins, where like they just don't have the horses on the back end. I feel like, and if you could maybe get a guy who's like a little bit, you know, he's a little bit. I don't want to say. I'm not trying to think the right word here. Like skillful, I guess, is like the word I used, but like I want you. They need to get a guy that can play to a level where it frees McAvoy up, where he doesn't have to like do everything. Because I don't think McAvoy's good enough to do everything.
Yeah, they need a skill guy. It's as simple as that. Like
Like
when
Lori
you
should
look,
be that. He's really not. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
no, I think Laura is, but when you think about like if you did have that pick, what you're looking for, and you still looking for it, because on that draft graphic, Xavier Viennueve, he's like this French kid out of the queue. I love watching him, but I digress. If you're picking in the top 10, the amount of defensemen that you could plug in, like you got Keaton Verhoff, Chase Reed. I'm not saying these guys fall to you, but those guys being taken earlier allows you to get like I'm just rattling off the names that are intriguing. You could get like a Daxon Rudolph, a Carson Carls. Those Albert Smits, the Latvian, right? That's a fellow countryman to Danzl Chmelis, right? Like there are these guys who are just that have such high end talent that you're right. We don't have anyone within the right defensive department that can supplement Charlie McAvoy and take some weight off of him because we've seen in areas where he does have the weight taken off of him it works to his favor, right? It works for everyone.
The
And
Olympics. Well, he wasn't like. Did he have a great Olympics? I don't know. That's you can be the judge if you want,
he
but
had a
like,
solid Olympics.
yeah, he had a solid one.
That's
And
the
if
word.
he was probably the third best defenseman on the team
I'd
after
say so.
Hughes and Werenski. So like maybe Slavin too, but yeah, like, and obviously I'm not saying like you want to be the third defenseman. Like I'm not, no, like let's not get stupid. Like you paid him, you're committing to him. I'm saying they need a guy like Hudson though, right? Like this is gonna sound cliche. Like I know, like they need Lane Hudson. That's good, Pat. Good analysis. I'm saying they need a guy like that who can do things that McAvoy isn't typically strongest at in his game, right? So they pair together, and when you get the pair of those two, that can be dangerous for against other teams. I think I've always, what have I always said, Marcus, about 2011? Seidenberg, shower pairing, ran the ice that playoffs, and that's a big reason why you won.
Right.
So it's you really don't like, right? What team has one defenseman like that wins it? It's usually like two, right? That they have like a pair of the two.
Well, not even just a pair. It's just it's depth, but and I'm not gonna discredit the Bruins because like they to their credit, they did have depth. It was just, in my opinion, too much depth, right?
Yeah,
That
it's a lot of the same guy.
it's a lot of the same player. This is the outlook for next season, but in that blank spot sits Andrew Peak, right? If you're talking 2025, 2026. I'm not going to say that it's all the same guy. I think their depth is just solid guys who can just do what needs to be done. There's no
Like Peak and
extra
Yoki Haru
game
to me are like
breaker.
the same thing.
What'd you say?
Peak and Yoki Haru to me are like the same thing.
Right. And when you
Lindholm
think
and Laura are like the same. The fact that Jonathan Asper is on the first pairing is just
well, Aspro, we can go into like the defensive like breakdown of everything,
yeah.
but I think the point is like you have to hope that someone in this draft will fall to you at 23rd. And I think it would really be something to consider for the Bruins that if you cannot get a guy that you believe can not only just like fit into your system, but can truly accelerate themselves to be a part of your core to help you win, which is a lot less likely for a 23rd overall pick than it would be a sixth overall pick. I think they should look at some options to, maybe move that pick. I'm not going to say the Belichick trade back, but I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the worst idea to consider.
Trade for 4 second-round picks. The Bill Belichick strategy.
Jesus, no, we're not thinking that. But what I'm saying is like there are right-handed defensemen that I probably couldn't even think of. But there are right-handed defensemen that if you utilize that first round pick and find a suitor who thinks they could use that pick better and give away a right shot defenseman that, has some contract term, is entering their prime, so to speak, and, provides some support to Charlie McAvoy, they have some space to work with. They have some space to work with to pull off a trade, in my opinion, for this. I don't know what it could be, but that's kind of what I'm proposing with that. Like, would you trade the pick if that was the case?
Like, are you asking me or just like are you
Yeah.
asking me? I mean, again, I'm kind of with you. Like, what am I getting for it? I mean, that's with every trade you get asked, right? What's the return? Yeah, and so I don't know. I mean, maybe I would trade it, but it depends what I'm trading it for. If I'm trading it, I would want I want a professional player in the here and now.
Yeah.
Like not saying you have to get not Quinn, like you're not gonna go Quinn Hughes, but like if you get like a second pair defenseman for it, like I would consider it.
My my first thought, and I was just like, you know how you were telling me like, no, you need to give yourself some time for the off season. Like you need to
Yeah.
like give. I could not. I
Well,
was
I guess I'm
deep.
not anymore with this. Now I'm back right back in
We're
it.
not. We're not. We can't give ourselves that. But I was looking at potential like moves or potential right shot defensemen and the one dream shot that would never happen, but it's just one like move that I would really I would like to see in terms of just like fit in terms of contract in terms of everything. I really wanted to hockey trade or not hockey trade because you described it a different way to me than I would describe it. But I really wanted to like consider a move where the Bruins would get like Philip Hronik. He does not want to leave Vancouver. So even though he's
Why?
Czech, even though he wants to stay in Vancouver. So it would be,
Wants
in
to
my
stay in
opinion,
Vancouver, man. No offense to the good people of Vancouver, but oh my god.
so in my opinion, like, well, Vancouver, I don't blame him for everything else. It's a beautiful city. I want to go one day.
Great. Like it's a great, it's a great fan base up there, but like they are just horrible.
So that's the caveat to for me. Like, why would you want to stay in that situation? But he wants to stay. He's expressed that. So, but I just think in terms of contract, in terms of fit, in terms of where he's at with his career, it just feels like it would be the perfect pipe dream win now Bruins trade that they could do. But obviously, that's unrealistic unless Hronik would change his mind and Pasternak would give him a call and be like, "Come on, buddy,
Yeah,
come
right.
on, complete the checkmates." But what's one move you want to see the Bruins do this offseason?
Fire Hampus Lindholm into something. I don't know. Just ship him off. Ship him off to town. Thank you, Hampus Lindholm, for your services. We appreciated it very much. Done with that guy. I've seen enough of it. Okay, I'm sure Marcus's fans will all tell you the same thing. The guy is just he's just a turn waiting to happen in his own zone, man. We just can't have it anymore. So him, and then I would like to see. Yeah, I want Chatfield
Chatfield,
from the.
Jalen. Oh yeah. Well, you can't help but look at all the conference finals teams and want to like pick off guys who you think would fit on your roster. I don't
Like
blame you
one
for that.
move. Like I don't know the league like as well as you do. Like I don't know who's the second pairing for like the Los Angeles Kings are, but like yeah, I just want they need sturdier men back there. Like
So
that's
we're looking at
pause,
defense all around.
pause, but like yeah, I just their offense is fine. Like they're just too weak in their own zone. And I think that's what's losing them these playoff series. And so I don't know how you get stronger back there, but you have to get stronger guys, I guess.
Right. And with
And your strong guys that you have on the ice, Nikita Zadorov has to actually play for him to be useful, not in the box. That's the other change I would make this offseason.
well, with that right shot opening that I displayed, I think that opens up possibilities. And I mean, there's some outlets you could go with, like in terms of free agency. I think it's a little dry this year. Like
I
it's not
nose
a good.
runs every single time we record, and it's bugging the crap out of me.
Go grab some tissue boxes if you want, or grab some tissues. But
I'm out.
I will
Cut.
say,
We'll cut right here.
I will say while Casey does a timeout, there is in the free agent market one guy on the right side that some would consider to potentially trade for and or not trade for, sign, sorry, and in Darren Radish, the Tampa Bay Lightning UFA defenseman. He's 30 years old. I don't know if he would take a deal below $8 million because he went off offensively. Me personally, I see the UFA market and I would urge the Bruins, or I would think the Bruins should probably avoid that area of things. But in terms of going back to it for Casey and solidifying the defensive core,
I
I
got you
think
a
you
water,
grab
Marcus.
another water. All right,
I got
word.
you a water.
Thanks,
But
buddy.
yeah, I'll drink it. Don't worry about it. I'll drink it.
But I think to your point though, it's like and what we were both saying, like I think the only way you can solidify the back of the defense is making a trade and understanding what kind of prospects and what kind of futures a team would be willing to take, that you'd be willing to part with, and you'd be willing to say, yeah, you're not going to fit 2, 3, 4 years down the line,
Yeah.
and then say you will have a better opportunity here. but give us this guy who can help us accelerate. Well, I'm not saying make a trade that's going to like put you into cup contention because that would cost you, in my opinion, a little too much. I'm playing conservative buyer if I'm the Bruins this offseason. But one thing I would want to see, and I'll pull it up here as well, is if you are just listening on Spotify, thank you as well. But I'll probably put up the video as well. I want to see somebody notable extended in some way. Now, there are a few Bruins who are eligible to be extended, even though they have a year left on their contracts. By the time July 1st hits, some players can get extended and don't have that contract kick in until next season. So some of the candidates for that include Pavel Zacha, Casey Middlestat, Mason Lohrei would also be in that camp because he has a year left. And these are, I feel like, especially after last year, these are some important players, or at least players who played two important roles on this 2025-26 Bruins team. Now, we'll see what happens as next season goes along, but ideally, one thing I'd like to see is you make a decision on Pavel Zacha, you extend him, or you explore an option for him. And by explore an option, I mean consider a trade, but I really wouldn't want to consider a trade. Zacha fits perfectly like a glove here. And Fraser Minton, extend one of those two. If you extend one of those two
I
to a
think Fraser Minton is like a done deal. So like there's no possible way they can get out of like not extending him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right, but I'd like to see it. I'd like to see it now. Is what
I
I'm
get
saying. Like
it. Yeah.
this summer, I think if you're trying to do anything and there isn't a lot you can do with most of the roster locked up, I feel like if you take one of these
I would even bet you like it's already done and they just don't they can't announce it till, July.
brown check
That's what I would guess.
Casey's brown check mark sources
That's
from
not true.
inside.
I don't know that to be true, but I like why, right? Like, how could you not extend him?
Right. Right. I don't think it would be what AFP analytics, and this is where all the data is coming from for those of
So
you who
these
are watching.
projected like what they're gonna get.
This is a projection based on AFP
So like,
analytics
do
model.
I
They
want Zacha for 5 more years? Like that's
and
tough.
and that's the thing you have to consider because when he
Like if
signs
Zacha would
that,
take like a 3-year extension, like that would be terrific.
I don't think Zaka would take anything below 7 or 8 years. Like if you're extending him, you're extending him
Yeah, but
till like his
understand,
last.
he's not gonna play till he's 37.
But what I'm saying is like a player when their contract expires is going to capitalize on the value that they have. Like that's just you're going to get your back, right? So
Well, then yeah, but like
that's why I say make a
I
decision
would
on him.
consider maybe then moving on because he's been so good here. Like you can't lose him in free agency. But I don't know. I'd be afraid. Like Zaka's a tough call. Like that's because I love the guy too. So like I don't know what to do. Middlestat. I mean, if he'll take, if he takes a pay cut, then maybe. Minton, I think it's done. I mean, Husadinov, we like to. I would be stunned. I don't know if Husadinov gets done right away, but I'm sure it probably happen at some point. Easymont can get out of here. Corrali, like, did he just sign here? I was already eligible for an extension.
It's a 2-year deal, just like Asamont was.
Yeah, Easymont can get
So,
lost.
but what I'm saying is like this is why we make the consideration because throughout the year and even towards like the start, the talk had already begun of what do you do with Pavel Zacha? Do you consider trading him at the deadline because his value would be higher than ever? 2 years left in the
he might be a
deal.
really good trade piece too. That's the problem, right? Like you could maybe get a lot because he had a great year. So like he's playing his best hockey probably. So like you can maybe sell a team on that and get a bit of a package for him, but I don't know.
That's
Luckily, I'm not a
potentially
GM, Marcus. Thank God.
right, but that's potentially one of those, and we discussed it, hockey trades that you could make where you deals out. You're not dealing, in my opinion, you can't, considering with what with what your core players have said, you can't deal a player who's helped you win for future assets because you're kind of just throwing it right in their face and saying like, no, we're just retooling still or we're
Right.
rebuilding.
They would have to do what they
You
did with when Zacha got here. They'd have to do what they did with him. They trade
yeah,
Holla for Zacha, like a 1-for-1.
Zaka's the new Holla. So what can the new Holla get? No, I'm
That's not
kidding.
fair to Holla, or that's not
That's
fair
not
to
fair.
Zacha. I'm not saying that.
No, I know. But
Zacha's
what
been good here. I'm just like I'm with you. Like Zacha's been one of my favorite Bruins since he's been here. He's getting old. Like so, like I don't know.
right. So you have to consider like, is he going to,
Right?
because in my opinion, he's the guy who can play all three sides of the puck. Right. He's a guy who, especially with the two line mates that he had this year, they were one of the best offensive lines
Yeah, he's
in
a
the
great
NHL.
center. Like that's what I'm saying. He's a great center to have
Yeah.
like, for your depth, for sure.
And when you take into account, what he does on the defensive side of the puck, when you take into account like his steadiness, that's something that I think, is worth considering like extending. I think he would take 5 years based on this model. No. He's going to capitalize and he's going to want 7 or 8 years. So I'm telling you guys right now, based on what I think, like that's
That's
what you're going
Marcus's
to have
brown
to.
check marks for you.
That's my hunch.
That's Marcus's brown check mark source.
No, it's
Meaning
not even a source.
he DMs Pavel Zacha in the behind the scenes, and that's what he's saying.
We have no brown check mark sources, but what I'm saying, or sources, period. But what I'm saying is like that's a guy who, if you're getting into your late 30s, you want to get the bag. You want to get the bag as
I get it,
soon
but
as you
like
can, get as much as you can for as
maybe
long
not.
as you
I don't
can.
know. Maybe he's like, I like it here, and he's like, like he's got like isn't he like a family here and everything? Like, isn't that the whole?
Well, he's expressed like he loves it in Boston. He loves playing here. So, could you see him take a little less? You never know, honestly. It's just I think the way the NHL is culturally sort of shifted itself, unless you're like Connor McDavid, who's giving the Oilers like a 2-year window. I don't know. I feel like guys are more inclined to take their bags. I don't know if it's like the Bruins
I
of
feel like it's
our
like
day.
younger guys though. Like these studs now that come into the league just demand everybody like to get paid, like a bunch. Like Hagens is
Yeah,
gonna get paid a ton of money.
yeah. But in terms of the two guys, we talked a lot on Zaka. Minton, that 3 by 3.8, I don't think that's something
See, like,
that
am I crazy or is like wouldn't Minton get like the 8-year deal?
I feel like Minton would get the 6 to 8 year deal, as would probably Pavel Zacha if you went either
I guess
or.
if
But
you're 30, like you are in your prime, technically, right? 30, 20, like they say, like 27 to 31 is like your prime.
yeah, he's been above like 40 something points since he's gotten here. And then like aside from last year, I think he's like, was it 57, 58, 60, whatever. Like he's just been a stud
He's been
since
great.
he's
He's been
gotten here.
great. I just can you dish out 6 years for that now? Like, great.
You're right. So you are gonna have to pay him basically until he decides to retire. If you do opt to keep him. That's what I'm saying. That's a top six guy that you want that you either keep or you say kick tires,
Like maybe I
somebody
just
else will
don't
take
have
him.
it like my grasp on the free agency like I used to. I just like to me like Minton gets the like we'll just he gets the blank check for 8 million for 8 years. Like right like
Yeah.
because he like I think when you're younger you can decide the terms better.
Well, when you're younger, there's more of a the way I look at it is there's more of a upside to you. Like Minton definitely showed, especially in January. He kind of cooled down after January, but he showed, yeah, he can be like a very,
Yeah, I was gonna
very
say though.
good.
I mean, we I feel like everybody needs to pump the brakes on Minton a little bit. I mean, he's been good, but like you know, he's not 8 by 11 good yet. Like I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if like we're there yet with him, but
No, I don't think anyone's saying that. But what I think is like there's a lot there's a lot to consider in terms of like I don't know what it looks like with how long it's going to be and how much money it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be 11. But I definitely don't think it's going to be 3 by 3. I don't think the Bruins go bridge
I
year.
can see
I
that.
think
I
they
can see that.
go
Like I can see him getting 7, 8.
right. I mean, honestly, like it wouldn't be the worst contract. I personally wouldn't be mad at that because I think that would age, especially with the cap going up, because it's going to consistently go up. And the same could be said for Zaka. The way I look at it though, with contracts, just from a numbers perspective, like if you think about the cost per point thing, and this can apply to forwards.
I just don't want them to get another David Backus, dude. Like,
No,
because
well
it makes it brutal for you to like make moves down the road.
because you're already kind of log jammed in your center position with the Elias Lindholm contract. Like that's one thing, and I was gonna tie in the cost per point thing with him. When you think about where he's peaked in terms of points with us, like if you're making 7.75, you should at least be getting like 60 to 70
He
points.
should be a 70-point player.
You should be a 70-point player. So
70
Zaka, so if you're paying Zaka, like, and this is for the forwards, I'm saying this for forwards, it's purely base level mathematics. If you're paying Zaka 7 or 8 million, you should be expecting more than what his peak has already been with the Bruins, which is a high 50-point, low
Yeah.
60-point ceiling. So can Fraser Minton get to that? Do we
Right.
know what that looks like? So we don't.
32?
It's been 30. So
30. Okay.
we'll see where it goes from there. But my offseason move, it has to be one of those two guys. I would want to see one of those two guys. You make a decision on either of them.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I just feel like Minton like has to like. I understand they have a year left to like do it, but like, there's no possible way like that doesn't happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't even count Minton
Yeah.
as a move.
There's no way it doesn't happen in the sense that between now and next summer, he's going to
Yeah,
extend with the
exactly.
Bruins.
That's a good
Like
way to put it.
we can guarantee it. I'm saying for this offseason, I feel like I would like to see it happen in terms of an offseason move. Because aside from these extensions, we're just going to see a bunch of guys in the Providence system get like two-way deals. Because aside from Dunslich Mellis, there's no one in the forward group, and like that's all we're going to see is the small, tiny Sweeney budget baller deals for the
All right.
Providence team.
All
That's
right.
it.
Let us know your thoughts on the Bruins offseason, what you want to see happen. Comment somewhere, send us a tweet, anything really works. Let's dive into Bruins are probably getting another jersey because it's another season. That means they're making another jersey for the Boston Bruins.
Yeah. So I
gotta
heard.
say, by the way, before we get into it, it's
Go on.
gotta be like the total amount of jerseys in the last 5 years has gotta be like at like 11.
If we're counting, let's go back to like 2019. So Winter Classic,
Yep.
right? They still had their home and away, but Winter Classic will count home and away. I'm
They're,
just going
they're,
by
they're old. They're old home and away jerseys.
their old home and away. 2019 Winter Classic, then the Gold B version of that as their alternate.
As the alternate. Lake Tahoe.
That's 4. Tahoe's 5, and then I want to say, oh my God, 2021, 22, they kind of stuck with it. So we're still at 5. 23 was the Winter Classic. That's 6.
No, and then 23 was also the that was the year after.
23 was the reverse retros, the Pooh Bears.
Yep, the
I
Pooh
got it
Bears,
hanging up, the
the
Pooh
white
Bears.
ones,
Good call. That's 7.
and then
24. Oh,
was
Centennial. So
it was the Centennial jerseys.
we're at 10.
Yep, 25 is the Centennial game jersey,
That's 11. Oh my God, I love how we're counting this out. We're
and
definitely
then
not
last
forgetting.
year they changed it. That's 2 more. It's 13, and now it's gonna be 14 jerseys since 2019. They've had.
It's insane. So yeah, it's gonna be the first. So 14 New Jerseys. This next. Oh wait, Stadium Series 15. We forgot Stadium Series.
Yes,
Stadium Series is 15.
I was gonna
I
say.
don't even.
I feel like we're still probably missing one, to be honest.
That's insane. That's insane money for the
So like, you guys everyone who's out there being like, "Oh, they need another jersey." It's like they've had 100 of them.
I'm gonna now that we thought about this, I'm gonna do the math on how many. Like if you did
Bought
15,
every single jersey since 2019.
if you did the
That'd
math, it would be
that'd be 5 grand
15.
probably.
Yeah, I think
Or
because
like
it's like
$300 a jersey.
yeah, on average, it would be I don't even want to do the math, but I'm definitely gonna do it. It's definitely like in the grands. Like if you're a Bruins super fan and you collect jerseys, ow,
Kevin
ow
Majerus,
to your bank
shout
account.
out Kevin.
Yeah, it would just be absolutely. It would just hurt your pockets. So, but yeah, they're capitalizing on the jersey market. I actually had a comment on Twitter that said, "Why don't they just have a permanent third jersey?" And I was like, "Money." And
Yeah,
it's
I've always thought about that too. Like, why? Like, what is like? Why do teams keep changing jerseys every year? Like,
money.
yeah,
It's
but
it's it's simply business, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I fall for it all the time.
it's probably not like they probably don't lose out that much money when if they just keep an alternate jersey. Like, how many people bought those black ones from that we had from like 2012 to like 2018? Like,
So many. But I think if you have a jersey that's in rotation for a year, the rarity of that jersey becomes like the intrigue to get the jersey because of its rarity is like so much more of it. Like think
yes,
about,
I guess I'm just the complete opposite. Where it's like if I look at an exclusive jersey, I'm like, well, I'm never getting this. So like, why would I even waste my time with it?
I guess, yeah, based on the timeliness. But for someone like me who sees like a Centennial jersey, I'm like, oh, here's something that I could never get if I don't have the opportunity to see it again. So like that kind of thing. But
Oh, whatever.
to to the whatever point of it, anyways, the Bruins are doing they're joining the NHL. The NHL is doing this hometown remix jersey collection. It's kind of like a city, I've heard it called like a City Connect thing. And
Yep.
Aesthetics, who does the reporting on all things hockey jerseys, hockey logos, updates like that, my kind of thing. They said that the Bruins jersey is going to be donning brown as its main color for
Yeah.
the first time since 1924. Now, I have a rendering of this jersey that I'm going to show for you people who are watching. It does not look like this. I want to tell you that. But the video described it as the Bruins might have it look like the 2023 Winter Classic. And I was like, oh, that's not what it is. Hold on. There you go. Oh, there you go. Just slap brown on the 2023 Winter Classic.
Did
Looks
we add
great,
that, by the
right?
way, the 2023 Winter Classic jersey to our total? We had that, right?
We did. Yes,
Yeah.
we're at 15 for sure. But I was told, or at least my graphic was put up by the What Chaos guys. Shout out to them. And they were replying to me in the comments on Twitter. I was asking them, what does this look like? Like they were saying this is what I know based on what they revealed. They said, imagine Denver University, but brown and gold. That's it. So it does not look like this, people.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
the colors are identical. I
They
will.
can't possibly make a jersey like this. Like for the
They,
people again, for the people watching on the visual, this is not. We're not saying this is what they're doing. This is Marcus is like almost like a AI simulation of what they think they would look like.
it's a
Right?
Photoshop concept,
Yeah.
basically. But what we're trying to say is like they're going to do, or what I'm trying to say is they're going to basically do the Boston University Terriers in brown and gold. That where the crack bear is, that's going to be a number,
The
and it's
meth
going to be a
bear.
collegiate. It's going to be a collegiate font. So think Boston University Bruins. Like that's basically what it's going to be.
I
As
need
a,
to see it. I need to see what it looks like. I am
I
never a
know
big fan of brown personally. So
I am going to wait. Like here's my verdict with jerseys. Right? It's like
yeah,
can I love jerseys, but I never truly judge them until I see them in person on the
well,
ice.
so
Like that's
I give two judgments. The picture that gets released, okay. I give my initial thoughts, and then I either change, okay, I leave room to change when I see them wearing it. My biggest thing, I didn't love the home jersey for last year. Like there's the all black. I didn't like, I don't know, I didn't love it. It was like it was kind of just boring to me. Like I was like, it's just the same thing, just a little bit different, like than what we had before. I love the whites. The whites looked clean, but I just didn't like, I don't know. I didn't like it, the home ones didn't speak to me. Then I saw them on like playing with them and I'm like, you know what? They do look good. Like in game action. So
Exactly.
I was like, with this one, I'm gonna leave it. Like my brown, I'm probably not gonna like it because I just don't like brown usually. And then I bet you they'll wear it and it'll look like pretty good. I like jerseys that pop right on the eye. So I've always been clowned. Everybody hates the Capitals red jersey. I love those things.
Which red jersey?
Just like their home reds and like the Detroit red and the what else? I mean, I guess Carolina has good jerseys. I like them, and then Canadians obviously have pretty good jerseys. I just like I don't know. I like jerseys that pop off the screen, and unfortunately with the Bruins, I think it's hard to do it with the black with like black and gold as like your
It's hard to do it when here's my point. I'll add to this. It's hard to do it when you have so many good jerseys.
yeah.
Like we just said, they've released 15 since 2019.
Well, it's
Or
also like they're a lot like the Celtics, where like you're never gonna change the spoked B logo, right? So like you're always gonna have like you're always gonna be limited in your. Well, they have like the B like behind you. They have like the
yeah,
B logos, but like the spoked B is like it's one of the icons, right? Like the Celtics will never change Lucky the Leprechaun as like the logo of the Celtics.
they'll never change the leprechaun either. But
So
and the
like
Bruins will never.
yeah, so like they're kind of limited in like their you know what I'm saying their ability to get creative because they're always just gonna have a spoked B or whatever. I feel like on a
Right.
jersey.
So I can get behind the collegiate sort of idea, considering like there is like a big history of college hockey in Boston. It's just I think I just need to see it. Like apparently there's a collegiate like B patch. Like it's not a spoked B, but or
Okay,
at least I don't think it is, but it's like a B patch. So I can
oh,
get
behind you,
behind
thing behind you,
what
the B behind you in 1939. It's part of
I
that.
guess, but
Yeah,
it's like a shield. I guess that's what I've been told.
it's like a
So
shield,
it's like a B in his shield. I'd have to go back and listen to what the guy said. But
like a
what I
B
will say
shield.
is
All right.
I can get behind it. The idea, I just don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. I've had a lot of comments in my post saying it's either gonna be really good or just really bad. There's no in between. And with a jersey color like brown, I personally think brown and gold goes well. But with the main jersey color being brown,
So like old to me. I don't know. It feels like it's just like what are we like the 1930s Steelers? Like I feel like that's teams that wear brown. Like
yeah, so they're really gonna have to get creative with it. But apparently some people have seen it and some people don't like it. So let's hope we all don't dislike it.
people don't like, but that's not like I wouldn't take that because people ever hate everything. You know what I'm saying? Like people are just
Yeah.
always complaining. I'm just saying I don't like brown personally. So if they're saying it's gonna be brown, I'm like I'm not loving that already. But I haven't judged it yet because I haven't seen it.
I've had some people say they had the P jersey last year with the Stadium Series and now they're going with
But yeah, people just
they're
but
going
like
with
you know
poo.
people just hate on everything. Like like you release anything, it's this sucks. This stinks.
So our good friend, I'll say good friend of the show because we both have affiliation with him. Kevin Majori and I have been pulling for this. We have been campaigning for it. I photoshopped the spoked B of the away jersey on the Bruins onto the 2021. I just want to put this in really quick because I just
What is
really
different about what they wore and what this is?
I took the spoked B on the away jersey, the current away jersey, put it on this
Yeah, but
2021
isn't that the
reverse
one they
retro.
used?
They no, they didn't. They used the old school 1970s one. All I want is this is all I want for an alternate third jersey. It would be the perfect three jersey trifecta for the Bruins moving forward for the
Yeah,
rest of time.
they need a gold jersey for sure. So I'm with you. Like this would like if they just had this as like their third jersey for the next, I don't know, 5 years, like that would be unbelievable.
I thank you. I personally just would love for them to have this as the third jersey, and that's it. You have black, you have white, and you have gold. That's your three colors. Stick with it. Keep it simple. I just think it would be perfect. Ever since I've seen these, I've wanted one of them, but ever since I slapped
Yeah, those are nice for sure.
ever since I saw the new spoked V on it when I edited this, I was like, It's like, oh,
My
like this
roommate,
would
my
just
roommate, my roommate Alex's has the Passion Act. That one, it looks. The thing about it too, it looks nice on a person, like you're wearing it in the stands. Like the gold one.
yeah.
Like if you walk around with it, like you mean business. I think.
Yeah. You show commitment. And the thing is though, is like I'll look for those jerseys. I can't find it anywhere. So I
Yeah,
can't find a
probably don't
2021
make them.
reverse retro.
I bet
What's
they don't
up?
make. I bet they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, that's why I want to get. That's why when we were going to Game 6 down at the bars, the whole time I was looking at Pascal, I was like, "Oh my god!" It's like I need that.
I'll buy it off you right now, Alex.
I wanted it so bad. It was that good of a jersey, man.
Let
It's
me
that
know the
good.
price, man. Blank check. I'll write one right now for you.
Good cop by his brother. Great cop by his brother there.
That's
But yeah, that's the jersey. That's the jersey tangent. So
all
fingers
right.
crossed, it does not look bad.
All right. What else is going on? Anything, Marcus? You got to add?
I got nothing to add.
No, you got
Personally.
nothing going on. How's your day today going? We can get a little personal now if you want.
The day has been just mellow. Got off work. I've been inside for most of it. But I made lunch
Get a
outside. It's
job.
pretty good.
So if anybody out here who's happens to hire people, I'm your guy. You know what I'm saying? But
Take his LinkedIn down.
yeah, no, yeah, my day's been going on. My name's all right. Working outside all day stinks.
Yeah. Thought you had some.
What?
We had one more thing you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get to it. I was just like, we can just shoot the breeze for a little bit before we get into the next stuff.
I guess, yeah. No, like today's been good. It's one of those days where like it's too windy out for the AC to like go on, so my house kind of feels like we're in Europe, which you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel soon. This is gonna be great.
Going to Italy, I'm excited. Going
He's
to
so
Italy July
excited.
1st. So if you're in Italy from July 1st to July 11th, hit me up. We can. I don't know what we would do. I'm probably not going to hang out with a stranger, honestly, but that's okay.
I wanted to hear a different day for you when you were going to Italy because like a pipe dream would be I'm waiting for them to put the draft back in Boston so we can just like go and make it a thing.
Yeah, I don't know why stuff doesn't happen. It's just because it's not a fun city. It's fun to us, but the people around the world, right, or people around America, these big corporations, don't think we're good enough.
I guess not.
But I'm guessing though they must have went in 2011 and said, "Oh, there's nothing to do here," because if you still have that argument now, you think there's nothing to do around TD Garden, you're a moron. So I don't know, you know what I'm saying? You're just not, and I don't mean that as I mean that in a nice way. You could just not know, but you can't make that you have to come see it the way it looks now.
I think a lot of people give Boston the credit it deserves. Like it's a small, compact city
Yeah, but you
that
always hear that, oh, there's nothing to do. There's no nightlife and
yeah, but if you want, I feel like if you want like real nightlife, you're not going like you could go out in Boston and you could enjoy it like just on a casual kind of thing. I don't think you could go out and rave in Boston. You know what I'm saying?
you definitely can though. It's oh
You have
crap.
to find a spot though, I feel like. You have to find a spot.
Everything's going to disaster. Bunch of stuff just fell. Okay. Yeah, but I think you definitely can now. There are clubs and stuff to go to. I'm just saying, for these things these drafts and you know what I'm saying, the NFL draft, the NHL draft, I feel like they do it in places that you can hang out in. Right. So does Boston, I don't know how it can't I don't know. An NHL draft should happen like that.
Yeah.
We always say the All-Star game, right? How has there not been an All-Star game in Boston in forever? I know we had the Four Nations.
96.
But we had the Four Nations, right? Which you can count, I guess, as that. But you know what I'm saying? Everyone always says well, the last one in Boston is 99, right? At Fenway.
In terms of event from the four major sports.
Any of the teams,
I want to say it was, and that was before the Green Monster was even like put in. I want to say,
Well, no, the Green Monster was there before, but it was seats.
but
Though.
like without the seats, like you
Yeah.
couldn't go there. It was just like the wall. So it's it's insane to me that nothing is up here, even though it gets like it's also the weather too. Because if we're thinking about like an all-star game, like
Yeah. Do they want to be so much warm in the winter, in the middle of winter? Like, do people care? I wonder
I
that.
mean, that argument could just be nullified by the fact that I think the Islanders are doing an all-star game this year. I think it's
We'll
in
never do a Super Bowl here. Like, that's never going to
no,
happen.
no.
Foxborough
But
can't. You could do it in Foxborough, but like, it would never happen. It's too small. It's also
yeah,
they like to be either inside or someplace warm, and it's maybe the worst time to come to New England is February for all of you travelers out there who are trying to get a nice getaway to Massachusetts.
do not come here in February. Do not. For anyone who is thinking about it, just avoid it at all costs. So
All right. Well, you watch any of this off-campus show, Marcus?
I watched like the first episode. That's it.
Did you?
A bit of the second, and I kind of just got distracted. So
We're doing all things hockey. That's why I brought this up. We've had talk. Me and Marcus have had talks because we are communication majors about TV shows and stuff and hockey TV shows and all that. And is this off campus like new, or has it been out and now it's just kind of taking off?
I want to say it's been in production for a bit, and I think it's now like it's been out for a little bit, and I think it's become popularized. But I can't speak to off campus as much as I could like. I can't speak to it because I haven't watched it.
Well, Heated Rival is the other big one. I'm saying I've never seen that, but I've seen most of this.
I think it was in production while Heated Rivalry was like in like popularity, and then it was like, oh, here's another romance hockey show.
I think they're very different shows, though.
Obviously,
No, like I'm just
of course they are.
nothing like nothing. No, like I'm saying, off campus has me locked in, man. Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now. I can't
Really?
get enough of this show. I don't know why. I'm usually never these. I'm usually not a big like rom-com guy. There's something about this show that's like crazy to me. I don't know why. And
Garrett Graham hooked you.
everyone's thinking out there, my dirty mind. There's sex every episode. And it's all the whole time, pretty much. It's kind of baffling how much sex is in this show. That's not the reason, everyone out there, for thinking that. But that was a crazy point I had when it came. Yeah, my nose, man, it keeps bugging me.
We got to get you a tissue box.
Yeah, I'm not going to blow my nose, though, Marcus, during the podcast all day. But,
just a little.
I mean, Marcus, dude, there is sex like you wouldn't even believe.
It's very raw, you would say.
It's listen, I'm like just a guy. I'm just a guy. Okay. I'm just a guy. You can say whatever you want, but I was just saying, like, it's like this, and this is on the new thing, right? Like every show has this in it, like, right? Because the whole, as the saying goes, sex sells. But like the amount that's in this show, man, is like it's like crazy.
What do they got going on over at Breyer University?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's ridiculous, but
You know,
it's a great show. I'm really liking it a lot. The hockey is a little interesting, like the actual physical hockey on the ice.
does it ruin your immersion?
Yeah, kind of. Because like I keep forgetting that it's I'm gonna say this right now. If you're a man, okay, or whatever gender, but mainly if you're a man and you're like, oh, I'm not a big I'm usually like not. I'm usually not a show romantic comedy. I'll watch a good romantic comedy movie though, if it's on. Definitely. I feel like if you don't like them, like I don't know, you're just like not accepting it. Like this is a good show. But I keep forgetting that it's a hockey show because
And then the hockey will take you out of it.
yeah, like there's like hockey like every like 3 episodes in it. So then I'm just thinking like I just think it's a bunch of guys, like it's a bunch of friends just on a college campus together, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then I remember, oh yeah, they're on the hockey team and they play hockey like every once in a while, and I'm like, ah, yes, of course.
Right.
Like it's Blue Mountain State. Like
rom-com.
Yeah, exactly.
Blue Mountain State hockey rom-com. basically.
Yeah. I had some thoughts, but I can't get enough of it, man. It's pretty good.
So you've watched the whole, like,
I'm
it's
on
one
episode
season?
6 right now.
Oh,
There's 8.
wow. Okay. And they're still going to release episodes?
No, it's all out.
It's all out,
Yeah.
8 episodes. I was gonna say, I thought it would be the Daniel Pye poster on the wall thing, like, whoa, or the fact that he was a Bruins prospect. That
Well,
intrigued
I
me.
knew that. I kept hearing that he's a Bruins prospect, so that's why I got in. What is up with the Bruins and all these TV shows?
I don't know. Like we got Ilya Rozanov in one as a Boston Raider, and then we got my team is Boston, and then we have Garrett Graham, the Bruins' next best prospect. I like how, I will say this, considering what I have watched, I like how they tied in, like, for the hockey fans,
Yeah, they
the
have like
immersive
hockey elements that are cool.
the elements that I really liked was how NHL Tonight had they did like the NHL Tonight. I was like, oh, I was like, word. So
I
that
always
helped.
I always think about that, like when I see like shows that do that. I always think like these guys are not actors, right? Like these news anchors. So it's like they have to talk about like a fake prospect as in like it's real. Like that's hard.
Yeah, you just got to read off the teleprompter, man. See where it
This
goes from
Caleb
there.
Graham, he's he's like I can't wait to see what he does this year. I'm like,
His
yeah,
dad's a
like, how
stud
it would sound, but like like we all know this guy doesn't exist actually.
in a fictional sense. Did they ever
Acting,
mention?
acting is like crazy to me. Like I've always had this thing with like acting. Like we as society watch actors and like pretend to be other people, and then like we believe them. Like I don't know why. Like I find that like kind of baffling.
Yeah, I couldn't. If I'm being honest, in my opinion of actors, I couldn't personally. Like, I think it's an extreme talent to be able to like put yourself in another like fictional character's shoes or a written out character's shoes and act that out, not just act it out, but embody it. Like,
Yeah, because I always
you have a
think like,
real talent to
could
do that.
I do think like this. Like I don't know. Like when I'm like sitting, like could I be an actor if I needed? Like could I act on one thing if I needed to like I don't know. You know, like
Could you not be Patrick Casey?
no, like no. I'm saying like you have to be somebody else, but like I don't know. I do a lot of things like I feel like a lot of people like don't notice this. Like I do a lot of things that like you don't like. Do you do things that like you just don't even notice about yourself?
I mean, I think everybody does.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I feel like actors don't though, because like you never see like I touch my nose like just all the time without even noticing it, and I feel like I would do that like on camera, and everyone would be like, "Why does this kid keep touching his nose?" And I'd be like, "I don't know, guys. That's just what I keep doing it though."
It
I'm
might
saying
be
I always thought about that. Like I feel like actors don't have like weird like twitches that they do or something.
because actors can't, because then that's like everything about their character is something that they do. Like in the great written
No,
characters,
that's why I think like you said, it's a full body like skill. I feel like.
yeah. Yeah, and especially for actors who have to do like rom-coms and have to have like relationships written in. Like, I'm not doing that. Like, I could never do it. Like if I had a relationship already and my character in the TV show or said movie had to have a relationship in it, like I don't know how actors do that. So tying in the
Yeah, I do wonder that too. Like, how do you go from
like that just doesn't, to me, that just doesn't make sense.
how do
But
you
they
go from
just
like
do it.
making out with someone on a camera to just be like, all right, I'll see you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll see you later.
You call your spouse in the trailer and you're like, yeah, no, so we did the kiss scene.
Yeah, I always think about like, I understand like, oh, they're acting. They're like coworkers, but it's like, dude, like you look pretty into it, man. Like if I, you know what I'm saying, if I
I
was like
couldn't do
dating an
that.
actor or actress, like,
Like, and then imagine having to watch that with said loved one and
yeah,
family,
like
and
watching it
I
with
couldn't
your
do that.
significant other. It's like, oh, that's my girlfriend or boyfriend up there making out with some random stranger. That's awesome to watch. It's like I
Like,
don't know. It's kind of crazy how that happens.
if anything, it would just make, I personally, I could not be the actor of Garrett Graham if the actor of Garrett Graham already has a girlfriend and he was already
Yeah,
doing, like, I just can't
I
do
see what
that.
you're saying because like he's ripped too. Like you see him with his shirt off. He's an absolute. He's in top physical condition, so that certainly
Yeah.
helps.
See, me personally, like the way I see it is like if I'm with someone, it's just them. Like there's no other way I'm opening myself up to another
It's like, how do
person.
you explain to like someone like, yeah, I have to go
This
fill
is my
myself
job.
having sex today at work.
This is my job. I don't know how you justify that. Or I don't not justify. I don't know how those conversations go.
And listen, this is not a, this is not, I'm not a being a whatever ist you want to call me. Whatever you do, man, for work, you do it. Okay. I don't care. You gotta make money in life. I'm just like, I have a like it's a really hard time where it's like, honey, I'm home. It's like, oh, I was work today. It's like, oh yeah, good. I filmed like 8 sex scenes with
We did the
my
kiss. I could, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I would do that. But
Yeah.
shout out to the people that do because they keep us entertained.
Amen.
Somebody
It's
say
good
we're
writing.
Marcus. Some people might say we are actors.
I mean, yeah, we're actors in the entirety that is sports media, and we're just contributing to it.
All right, I just had to get
Simple
that off my chest. This show's hooked me in. I don't know. It's got something on it.
Well, I guess now I have to watch.
It's a good like love story. You know, who doesn't like a good love story at the end of the day?
Yeah, it's always
Even though
great.
the sex took me by storm, man. It really did. I was like, oh
Oh
my god, it's like it's happening quite a lot though in this show, right? Like
the after further review after hours. We've really gotten into the after hours.
I mean,
I'm gonna have to watch it now. Because you're so intrigued by this, I now have to. I feel like I need to commit myself.
I can't. I'm only saying because like I can't be the first one to have said this. Like someone had to have been like, guys, like it's happening a lot, like way a lot.
So I feel like there's definitely a contingent on social media. Like if you just find a subreddit of it, somebody's talking about it.
Right? Yeah.
Somebody is for
I
sure.
might have to join that.
Hop on.
All right. Anything else?
Nothing else.
This has been After Further Review. We're going to have to get an outro, you think, or no?
Well, we can. I would just have to make one and then edit it in. But yes, we could do with an outro and an intro.
An intro for sure. Yeah.
Definitely. We're gonna have to figure that out.
Yeah, this has been After Further Review. I'm Pat. That's Marcus. You can I'm sure we'll have our social medias somewhere.
Yes, we will.
Please follow us. Please subscribe to our channel, whatever that is that we're doing. We're going to have it soon. Thank you guys for listening. Hopefully we kept you guys entertained for a little bit. Whatever we say at the end of the day, we're two just clowns in our room talking to a computer, so it doesn't actually matter. And yeah.
We will see you guys in the next one.
Whatever that is, we don't know. We're going to figure out a recording schedule. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.